Namaste again, my beautiful queens. As I promised, this will be the 3 card about your man, the bonus video to continue the previous one. Their spirituality, their spiritual growth, their development, their connection of the soul. I already explained you your cards. Let's see what's going on with the man. Message to him if he could hear it. And the thing is that you listening to, if you have connection with this man through past incarnation, the thing is that there is a certain thread which goes between you two, between you and him, and you listening to the message for him of his guides about him and for him. The thing is that there are certain ways that he will get some of these messages. He could get it in a book which falls to his feet in a bookstore. He can get it in suddenly a recommended video on YouTube. He can get it in a dream. He can get it in a vision. So the universe, the guides and keepers of his will find the way for him to get it. So first of all, we will look at what is going on with your man. Card number 1, card number 2. If you're asking about more than one man, just choose one card for each. Card number 3. The first one, of course, why I'm not surprised. It's like a card of almost every man is almost every man is a 9 of Cups. So the message to him, for him, about him, the 9 of Cups is you can see a man who sits here alone, like on a chair, as if it was a throne with this 9 cups behind him. So the thing is that this man, because we are looking at the meaning of this card only from the point of view of the spirituality and development and the core, the soul goes, you can see a man who have this cups, his achievement. So, and because we are dealing with the cups also connected with quite a bit of situations in connection with emotions and feelings. So he had been through quite a bit of transformations already. He been through pain, he been through illusion and disappointments, through shutting his heart, opening his heart, shutting his heart again. He already been through a lot, but at the same time we are having a lesson here which can be a little alarming. The man lost first of all, there is an emotional greed which exists in this man. So this man loves to receive, like imagine a beautiful man, a man who is charismatic, who is, I don't know what actor we can take, I know, George Clooney, for example, like a charismatic, handsome man who achieved so much in life and who is used to, because these are emotions given to him, women who loved him, women who wanted to melt his heart, to have him with them, and all these cups, all these loves he just put like on a display like trophies. So the thing is that he got so much attention from female attention, from women, in probably especially last several years, that he got used to it. He is forgetting to thank guides, keepers, and destiny for that. He takes attention of women, their attention, their love, their attitude, he takes it as something usual, you know, when you receive it so much and every day in many years or something like this, it's become something ordinary. So he kind of got stuck in this, that, you know, it's just the way I am. Yes, women love me. Yes, women want to have serious relationship with me. It's just I'm such an awesome guy. I'm sitting here and accepting. So he's sitting alone here, does not give himself back to any of them, but allows them to love. It's like, I will let you love me, I will let you adore me, I will let you worship me. So unfortunately, this is egocentrism. This is someone who fell into the shadow of narcissism. It could be, unfortunately, very often a womanizer, a man who has them women like trophies right here. So unfortunately, he kind of he forgot how to be grateful. He started to take love, kindness, good attitude towards himself as something usual. And this is the huge lesson for him, because he started to lose himself and probably already lost quite a bit of himself, detached from his very soul, detached from his very core. The problem is if he does not change these ways, the punishment, it could be already happening to him, or could be happening to him, unfortunately, in nearest future. Because if he doesn't change his ways, as I am a king of the world, everyone wants me, everyone loves me, everyone is ready to do anything to be with me, to throw themselves to my feet. If he doesn't change these ways and sees that he fell into the shadow, unfortunately, then he can expect issues with health, if it's not already happened, issues with career, issues with work, issues with money, because the higher forces, they try to shake him, but he's so far unshakable. He's sitting here saying, I am a king of the world, I'll just stand here and it's gonna be like this always. So unfortunately, the guides and keepers trying to shake him and make him face of, okay, who are you, what you are doing here, what you are here for, you need to see. This is egocentric personality, and becoming the center of the world is, unfortunately, turns you into something what becomes a body but has no connections with the soul. So this is the biggest lesson he needs to learn. And you, what comes to you, you were, because you are asking about him, you were a wake-up call to him. You try to tell him, you try to show him, you, honey, that's not the way you need to be, because if you don't change the ways, they might be serious troubles. But he did not budge. He so far still keeps on sitting and accepting everyone's good attitudes towards him. It's something usual, and if he doesn't start paying attention, the things can get much worse for him. So this is message about the man, card number 1. And now we're gonna move to card number 2. We are having Wheel of Fortune, major arcana for the man number 2. So what comes to specifically his spirituality, what he has to do, what is going on now, what will be going on, another card of transformation. But the issues with Wheel of Fortune is that it is turning constantly. And the Wheel of Fortune about your man shows that at the point of us speaking right now, he achieved a certain point, a certain height, a certain goal in his life, but at the same time, there is something which he's not happy about. What it can be, for example, he achieved wealth, he achieved financial security, and or he wanted to have his own business for so long. He got it. Something he really wanted for so long he wanted it. He got it. What happens, the funniest thing, what happens when you get it? Especially if it's not connected to the very spirit. Sometimes it's a body which wants it, not a spirit, not a soul. You get it. Oh, if imagine this, if only I could have $1 million, if only I could have $1 million, if only I could have $1 million, bam, you know, something happens. You have $1 million on your bank account, and somehow you still feel sad. You understand that, okay, I got it, why I'm not so happy-dappy, but something like this. So he achieved something, he reached to some goal, but doesn't feel happy-dappy somehow. Usually, if he achieved something in material world, usually happy-dappy connected with feelings and emotions which he thought were not that important, but turns out to be are important. So he needs to learn to take life turning down, life turning up, if possibly by staying calm. He really considers a position in the eyes of people the most important thing under the sun. Like what people think about me, how people see me. It's a pride. Unfortunately, a huge pride he has, and he puts this pride above everything else. And at the same time, it's someone who constantly fight with destiny, guides, and keepers by trying to control things which cannot be controlled from the position of physical body. He tries to, something like coming in front of the train and saying to a train, "Ha, I can't stop you." No, he can't stop it. So there are 4 symbols, of course, here. You see right here, there is the lion, there is the bull, there is the eagle, and there is a human, like with wings, the angel. You need to understand that this man is not, he either in connection with material and disconnected with spiritual, or he is connected with the goals of this particular given situation in life, but not connecting it with the deeper meaning of this event. And he has to understand that each aspect of his spirit, each aspect of his life is equally important. That his spirit is no less important than his material achievement. And his material achievement is not less important than him learning to understand his own feelings and emotions, and learning to understand things life brings to him without absolutely necessity to control everything. Wheel of Fortune connected with eternity. It connected with incarnation, the circle of incarnation, leaving physical, coming back in physical. Unfortunately, the spirituality in a spirit is not something he pays much attention. And if he doesn't learn to pay attention to that, the next cycle of life will bring him right back to the same circle. He constantly tries to control things which are beyond human control, to suppress things which shouldn't be suppressed, which are connected with feelings and emotions. Because if he can't control something, he denies it, he suppresses it, he closes the door to it. And he gets stuck in this circle. The thing is that he is only making things worse. He needs to concentrate on a different aspect of his life, which is soul, spirit, the core, the feelings, the true need of the soul, connection with the soul. If he doesn't that, he's gonna get stuck in a situation which is gonna be going in circle. Unfortunately, here we are dealing with a man who is stuck in a circle. It's something like, for example, a woman. Why am I thinking about this woman? I don't want to be thinking about this woman. I'm not going to think about this woman. For a day or two, he severely suppresses the thoughts or the wish for something else. Their friends and the colleagues and the life tells him that he's on the top of the life. He has a car or two, he has a house or two, he has this amount of money, he had achieved this and this, he's supposed to be happy. And he tries to convince himself that he can be happy, he has everything to be happy, but he's not happy because he runs from something he can't control. Of course, you can't control feelings. You have to allow them to come. You have to allow yourself to feel them. And this is connection with higher centers, with Anahata, heart chakra, and all the chakras which go out higher than Anahata, throat chakra, speak about those feelings. And Ajna and crown chakra and a higher self. And he has to do that. And so far he's stuck in this circle of not being able to do that. And each next circle is going to be worse and worse and worse until he finally faces the phoenix, lets the old be burned, and lets the new phoenix rise. The spirit rise. The spirit to take control. He's too stuck in material. Which is not surprising, of course, for a male. It doesn't really surprise me at all. And we will take the next, really, Tower. You see how many major arcanas are here. You can watch a video about the Tower here on Patreon. Crisis, crisis, crisis. Your man is going through crisis. And crisis is not always bad, but crisis is never easy. crisis, this crisis is connected mainly, we're looking, of course, as a soul spirit, with his inner world. Everything what he considered unshakable, almost every belief he considered unquestionable, every life dogma he considered had been there, must be there, no matter what, everything is shaking. Everything. All opinions, all like this structure which man hangs everything on, that structure, like our spine holds our entire body, our bones, our inner organs. So man usually has the structures which he has, things he believes, and they hate changing anything. We're living in such time. It's a very interesting time we're living now. Things are falling down. Every structure he built out there falling down. The thing is that you have to understand, you see this falling from the kingdom. There was a crown here. The multiple signs were given to him, and you were one of them. Multiple signs, you were one of them. But the king refused to see them, and if he did see them, he refused to follow. I already explained you that with Tower, he was believing in the false things. Those false things he put at the level of dogma. And suddenly here he is falling. Falling here, there is the woman falling. This is very often about marriage falling apart, but we're not looking at the marriage now, but everything's falling. So he put himself on a metaphorical or non-metaphorical pedestal, throne, put himself on the throne, put the crown on the top of it. Everything is falling down. It can be, unfortunately, I have to explain you something, girls. The thing is that illnesses and all kinds of very shaking situations are happening when we get stuck in something which we are given multiple chances and multiple signs we need to come out of it. But we get stuck because, because of billion reasons. Especially, again, men have more tendency to just, this is my cup, is right here. It has to be standing right here. Even if it moves right here, someone moves it right here, I'm going to lose it. Unfortunately, sometimes our guides, keepers, and higher forces, they have to do something on extreme. For example, a man was holding on to shadowy business, and everything in him was screaming, you have to leave, you have to come out of it. Or a relationship, everyone says, and everything in this person, man or woman, screams, you have to come out of it. But a person stays because what people will say, because how, I don't know if I can handle it, I don't know what's gonna happen, I better stay in here. And though higher forces keep on giving the signs, keep on giving the signs, keep on giving the signs, keep on giving the sign, nothing is changing. The person still keeps on holding to that throne. And then unfortunately comes our guides and keepers bring big shaking of the ground. So for a man, it can be completely collapsing of the business, losing of a lot of money, maybe even $1 million, or it can be illness. It can be illness, which sometimes it can be situation connected with the so-called near-death experience, because I saw this card very often there when the person lives a certain way of life, and not very nice way of life, and then a car accident, I don't know, airplane crash, something happens, and his spirit, of course, is now can go to the dimension of spirit and being sent back. So when he comes back, he completely changes his ways in his life, because he understands now that he was doing the wrong thing. So sometimes it can be, you know, scare can be, doctors can find the threatening scary illness, and then person suddenly realizes the true meaning of such moment as spending time with your child, or spending time with someone you love, or just smell, as they say, smelling the rose. So destiny in a tower is shaking him really harshly, because nothing, no method they were trying to use before would not shaking from this wrong thing he was living, that structures which he had to leave. So he can, of course, experience something like this, because the thing is that all the things he considered must be there forever and ever, not gonna move anywhere, not gonna shake, it's gonna be there. They prevent him to grow spiritually, and we are here. The main goal of us coming into this dimension is spiritual growth. He got stuck into this I am throne, this is my throne, this is my crown, this is my tower. He got stuck, so he's gonna be shaking. Any resistance to the changes would only make this experience more difficult for him. So of course he need to become free, first of all, himself, from stereotypes, from old false beliefs, from old paradigm, because his world is gonna shake, and you only can, you know, send him those rays of light. Because I believe those of you who chose this card, you were at some point, some of you more, some of you less, that particular shaking, the messenger of necessity for him to look at his life from different perspective. And probably he gave it some thoughts, but at the end he said, no, I'm staying in my tower, and it's gonna all collapse, unfortunately. And you can only send him good thoughts and light, and wish that he comes out of it being a winner, being renewed, and seeing the life how it should be viewed, from point of view of light, love, kindness, compassion. This, my beautiful queens, everything about you guys. I hope it was helpful. I will talk to you later. Namaste.